Have you ever wondered how Jessica Alba, 43-year-old actress and owner of Honest Beauty, stays in such great shape? Well, today we're going to explore both her diet and exercise routine together. We're going to go through a little meal as well as try out the 3-2-1 fitness method from celebrity trainer Ramona Braganza. And I want to find out, is this functional, is this hard work, or is it just great genes? So, if you're ready, let's jump in. What's up, mamas? Alexandria here, 35-year-old toddler mom, but I'm also a licensed therapist for over 10 years as well as a self-professed gym rat. And after losing over 40 pounds naturally, after 10 years, really more than 10 years of not being able to figure out why I couldn't lose weight, I finally cracked the code. And I used my therapy background because that was a really important piece, as well as my personal experience losing weight to help people meet their goals in a faster and more effective way than I did. And today I want to cover this particular celebrity diet and exercise routine of Jessica Alba because I like giving examples of things that I think are functional from celebrities and not so functional. That's getting a little bit harder now in the Ozempic craze. That makes it a little harder to feel out who's telling the truth. So in an article in Today magazine, Jessica said that she eats plant-based meals 4 times per week and doesn't drink alcohol. And then on the weekends, she lets herself do whatever she wants. In one of the articles I read, though, it also mentioned that she hired a celebrity nutritionist named Kelly Leveque. Don't kill me, I'm sure I'm butchering that. And she told in style about her Fab4 method, which she has a whole website if you're interested in finding out more. But essentially what that means is she basically creates meals around the idea of Fab4. The Fab4 being protein, fats, fiber, and greens. And basically what she does is she creates these Fab4 meals to both satisfy hunger as well as to curb craving. Later in the video, I'm actually going to take this Fab4 method. I didn't want to pay this $200 some odd to, purchase this lady's meal plan. So I sort of, based on my own research, created a very simplistic version of a Fab4 meal. And we're going to try it together and see if it tastes good or if it tastes awful. So we'll do that later on in the video. But overall, I think this is an interesting approach. It says that she does whatever she wants on the weekends, and I don't know if that includes alcohol or not. My concern, though, is that when you think about taking an approach to kind of 4 days on, 3 days off, my concern is that if you don't have a good sense of your own food cues and you're not great at intuitive eating, which I personally was not, especially early on in my health, wellness, and weight loss journey. If you're trying to lose weight, living in a calorie deficit and intuitive eating are very much learned skills. And so unless you have someone who has your back, like a personal trainer or something, keeping you accountable to that, or you can manage your own hunger well, I just don't see a 4 days on, 3 days off approach as working well. I understand balance, and I agree balance is everything, but I think a more balanced approach for most people who are still learning to listen to their body's hunger and fullness cues might be better served with just incorporating the things they want throughout the week that live within their calorie budget that they've determined for themselves is helping them either to maintain weight or lose weight or gain weight, whatever, sort of your goal dependence is. And with that, I just feel like that's a more functional model because at the end of the day, the ultimate goal with, weight loss and healthy living and, eating is to ultimately be healthy and make this a lifestyle. And so for some of you, 4 days on, 3 days off might feel functional from a lifestyle standpoint, but for me, that doesn't feel super functional. I'm not anti, eating plant meals. That's your prerogative. I personally eat meat. I like protein source, but I know people feel differently. I'm not trying to tell you don't be vegetarian, don't be vegan. That's a personal choice. What I am saying, though, is that the 4 days on, 3 days off might be counterintuitive to your goals because I think that's what gets a lot of people in trouble because we live outside of our calorie budget during the week and completely blow up any sort of progress that we've made toward our goals because we blew up our budget in those 3 days, even though we were quote unquote good, right? Diet culture language. We were good during the week, or we ate, more sustainably during the week. She did also make note that diet is more important than exercise, and I agree with this statement completely. I think it's really important for us to remember that you cannot out-train a bad diet. if you are training like a crazy person, if you're training all the time, you still cannot outtrain a bad diet. If you are just eating like total garbage more days than you're not, if you're eating a ton of fast food or you're just living way outside your calorie budget means, and that's going to be of course different for every person, right? But if you're living significantly outside of those means, you are not going to see the progress that you want to see. I remember very vividly like trying to like lose weight and get more fit, and I could not figure out for the life of me why. And this is exactly the reason why, is because I was doing that thing that I feel like a lot of us get stuck in, where we're not tracking, and so we assume that we're eating less calories than we actually are. And honestly, like a lot of that comes down to like quick like drive-through meals. The amount of calories in so many of these like fast drive-through meals compared to what you can make at home is significant. And especially like I'm short, so I don't make 5 feet tall, and so from a calorie budget standpoint, I can't eat more than one fast food meal in a day or I'm gonna blow out my calorie budget. That's the reality, especially if I am trying to actively lose weight, which I'm not currently living in like a calorie deficit, or not like a significant one. But when I am living in a deficit, it's definitely much more difficult for me if I'm trying to eat more than one meal of fast food. And honestly, in a perfect world, we don't eat fast food every day. But I also know that for some people, that's less functional than it is for others. But I very much have been this trying to out-train a bad diet approach, and I think that was a big problem for me and that kept me from reaching my goals. Is that something that you guys have struggled with? Do you feel like you're like training really hard, but you can't quite get your nutrition in check? I think part of the problem is that so many people on the internet want to make you think that like nutrition is ridiculously hard and that it has to be like this overcomplicated gourmet chef approach, and that's just not true. It's not factual. I did a Sam's haul recently that I believe that will be the video before this, and I'll link that for you guys so you can see you do not have to make this complicated. I'm going to show you later in the video that you also don't have to make this complicated. But let's move on to the 3-2-1 method. So let's talk about Jessica, like we're friends. Let's talk about her fitness routine a little bit. So in that same Today article, she basically was talking about how she gets bored really easily from going to the gym. And so she likes to change things up and to do things differently to kind of keep herself interested, because she knows she needs to be active for her body, but she doesn't always love going to the gym. So she reported liking hiking and also kickboxing, and then she also reports liking to do hot yoga. Y'all, I cannot do hot yoga. I cannot do hot yoga. I will burn the you-know-what up. I cannot do it. Anyway, my point. But she also works with personal trainer to the stars, Ramona Braganza. She's a really cool, I did kind of a deep dive on looking into her. I'll spare you today. But anyway, she seems like a really cool lady. And she created what's called the 3-2-1 method of exercise.
Yes, so the 3-2-1 workout was created when I was working with Jessica Alba on a film, and we didn't have a lot of time to train and we didn't have a lot of equipment. So the beauty of it is you don't need a lot. You can do this in your home. It can be body weight or with weights. You can easily get your cardio in by doing the stairs in your house, by walking, by doing dancing in place. So it's a very creative workout. It also has worked for my new moms, and new moms often start from scratch. So they haven't worked out in a long time, and it's definitely a great program for beginners. That would be my 3-2-1 Baby Bulge Be Gone.
And Jessica trains with her. The 3-2-1 method of exercise seems to be derived in basically helping you to use this method to make the most of a workout in the time that you have. So the 3-2-1 method is you do 3 rounds of cardio, 2 circuits, and then 1 round of abs. And so what I did is I found this Instagram video that hopefully I'll be able to insert here. And I basically took this video and I modified it to do it at home, because I don't have the cardio equipment that I needed, and I don't have all the machines that she has, obviously, because I'm working out at my home. So I modified this version of a workout that she was doing with Jessica in order to create my own at-home workout. So let's take you to Alexandria of the past, who did this workout, and she'll tell you what she thinks. I'm going to give you some updates along the way, and then we'll circle back here to my desk. Okay, friends, so what I'm going to do for my 5 minutes of cardio is I'm going to do mountain climbers, squat jumps, jump rope, high knees, and jumping jacks. And I'm going to do 1 minute of those each. That will be my 3 different rounds of cardio, and then I'm going to, as closely as I can, follow Jessica's training program that she did. So for my first superset, it will be a squat, a front squat, a bench press, and then a backward lunge alternating, sort of following Jessica's protocol. And then I'm going to do squat jumps, squats, ladder, lunge, alternating dumbbell and back extensions. And those will be my 2 circuits. And then I will be doing bicycles. So I'll show you sort of the pictures of the video that I'm following, but that's what we're going to do. So let's get started. I'm kind of scared, I'm not gonna lie. All right, cardio, let's go. Okay, cardio set, done. Now, 3, 1, can't talk. Okay, gotta do that 2 more times. First, I need to do 3 sets, 3 rounds of a circuit. So let's do that part. Okay, time for round 2 of 3 of cardio. Then I'll do my other circuit. Pretty sweaty already, so we got this, we got this. Okay, who am I hyping? You or me? Okay, let's go. That second circuit moved a little faster than the first. I don't know if I didn't do technically enough or what, but it doesn't really matter because I'm kind of guessing anyway. Anyway, so last round of cardio, then I have 1 round of abs. I couldn't find anywhere how long you're supposed to do, so I'm just gonna assume 1 minute, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm literally like dripping sweat. So, okay, I can do this. Okay, pulling up the bench to chat, mostly because I'm tired. Don't mind my son's destroyed marble maze back there. That thing, that's what that is. I know y'all are wondering, so that's what that is. My son's destroyed marble maze. I'm being paged. Whew, y'all, that was tough. I enjoyed it though. Ramona is not playing games. Clearly neither is Jessica. So that would be definitely under the umbrella of high intensity. So if you like a high intensity workout, you would probably really enjoy that workout. Sorry for my sons. You would probably really enjoy that. So if you like high intensity, I recommend it. It's for you. I think I can say with almost certainty that it would be effective. I think you have to be careful though, not to do too much high intensity all the time, so kind of keep that in mind. I don't know what my strength score for that workout is yet. It hasn't loaded, but I would guess probably like a 15 or a 16, so at least. So she was tough. I was trying to figure out how long that took me. That took me around 45 minutes to do in its entirety. I did 5-minute cycles of cardio. She suggests between 5 and 10, and that took me around 45 minutes. But I think the idea behind this like 3-2-1 method is that you could make it however you wanted. So like if you really only had like a short amount of time, you could shorten each round. You could shorten the amount of cardio. You could shorten the number of reps between sets. Like I think it's sort of designed to like make it your own and create your own like little masterpiece. And so I think that's really cool. I certainly think this is a cool style of training, and I would 100% do it again. So all right, so I'm gonna send you back over to Alexandria at her desk, who doesn't look like this, to finish the video. Okie dokie, I survived. And listen guys, if you're loving this video, I would absolutely love if you would give this video a thumbs up. It lets YouTube know that this is useful or helpful in some form or fashion. And also, if you love it here, I would absolutely love if you would subscribe and let me be your non-judgy mom friend who comes alongside you to help you reach your health and wellness goals. So as you can probably tell, that was a pretty intense workout. Now, to be fair, I may have been a little bit overzealous, what's new, in that workout. But I think what's cool about the 3-2-1 method is by doing cardio, then strength train, cardio, strength train, cardio, abs, it gives you a nice variety. So if you're somebody who needs to work out less often, you can punch it up a little bit a couple of days per week. I wouldn't recommend doing the style of training every single day of the week. I think that's too intense for, you know, what the average person needs. And granted, she's helping to train her for movies and to be super fit in some of these characters that she plays. I'll be perfectly honest, I have very little idea about any of the characters that Jessica Alba plays. I'm so sorry. But I find this stuff interesting, but I don't know anything about her movies. I'm so sorry. But regardless of that, this is a great method, I think, and I think it's really cool because it is so adaptable. You can pick the things that you want or you have available to you to make sure that you're hitting all the muscle groups that you want to hit. So I think this is a perfectly functional type of training method, and I would definitely do it again. I would definitely try it again when I want to like shake things up. As I mentioned earlier in the video, let's head down to my kitchen and we are going to make this meal together. I did a super easy FabFit4 meal and we're going to taste it out. I can't talk. We're going to test it out, taste it, see what we think of it. So let's head to my kitchen. So for this little sandwich, I'm going to do the heat and serve turkey sausage patties. They have 10 grams of protein, and I just did this honestly to shake things up. You could also use turkey sandwiches, like you could also use like just regular turkey, but I'm going to do the microwave, the 2 patties from the bag, and yeah, so I'm going to put that on my sandwich. I'm using the Mission Carb Balance flour tortillas today. Normally I would use my favorite wraps, but the Extreme Wellness wraps, but I didn't seem to have those. I forgot we were out of those, so I'm going to use one of these. These are higher fiber, and there is my sausage. So let me go grab that. Okay, so I've got my fiber, got my protein. Sorry, this is no Top Chef. Okay, I've got my protein. Now let's grab some veggies and cheese. Opting for some pepper jack cheese today, our last slice. And then I decided to grab some cucumbers. You can use whatever kind of veggie you want, but I decided to grab some cucumbers and throw those on there. And then I'm also going to grab some of these bell peppers that I cut the other day for some omelets. Just sort of throw those on there. And I'll show you what she looks like in just a second. Okay, she's cute. Let's give her a try. All right, forgive my messy kitchen in the background. Pretend you don't see that, okay? Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Okay, I live here, okay? So let's try her. Let's see. She's very full. Now, this is not too uncommon from a wrap I would do. I just fancied it up a little bit to meet the specifications. That's pretty good. Kind of up the ante on my normal wrap. You could certainly use whatever kind of veggies you wanted, and you could use whatever sort of protein source you wanted. If you happen to be vegetarian, you could do egg instead on this. I think that would be pretty good. Or if you're like me and you don't want to like heat things up, you can also just use like turkey breast from the grocery store. I know there's some boar's head stuff going on, so at your own discretion. You could do sandwich meat or whatever sort of like protein source you wanted to add, but this was like super easy. It took me like a handful of minutes to put together. I had the veggies pre-cut because I just happen to have the veggies pre-cut, but you could cut these pretty quickly and easily. So I would definitely recommend this. I'll put the macros on the screen for this because I haven't done the math on that yet. Well, I'll put the macros on the screen, but I would imagine this is a pretty macro-friendly meal, and I also suspect that it's going to make me feel pretty full for a little while. So I'm going to go eat the rest, and I'm going to send you back to Alexandria at the desk. It's very weird that I'm sending you back to me, but okay, anyway. Let's do it. Hi friends, quick update. Forgive my sweatiness. I just finished a workout, but so I ate that wrap that I made for you guys in the video. I'm circling back to tell you this. That wrap that I made in the video, I ate that at like 10:45, like 11, like just before I went to get my son from school. And it is now, what time does it say it is? 2:44, and I am still full. So I have to tell you, like I haven't wanted like a snack or anything. So just thought I'd fill you in on that. So it did do quite a good job of like keeping me full, which I'm not surprised by, but I just figured I'd update you because I thought it was interesting. So overall, do I think this is hard work or great genes? I mean, honestly, it's hard to say because Jessica is sort of known for being more fit anyway. I've never really known her to be overweight, but I do think these fundamental principles work very effectively for living a healthy lifestyle. And with the exception of the 4 days on, 3 days off sort of approach that she uses, I think incorporating the 3-2-1 method as a style of training is great. And I also think that this sort of like Fab4 meal style, it's really not that different from what I do currently, but it feels like it is something that's feasible if you're focusing on like, how do I get these 4 groups into my meals? You're going to end up with like hearty and filling meals and foods. So overall, I think this is super functional, and if you wanted to try to eat like Jessica Alba and you wanted to try to train like Jessica Alba, I think that you could honestly see the results that you want to see. And listen, if you love this video, I would recommend either going to check out Blake or Miley. I did those as well. And let me know, who do you want me to cover next? What celebrity are you itching to know about? And should I do an Ozempic video? Because I feel like the current celebs that are losing weight is all circled around like Ozempic. And yes, I have a lot of thoughts, but I know it's a touchy subject. So let me know. Do you want an Ozempic video, or are you like, girl, no, let's not open up that box of can of worm. Anyway. All right, until next time, friends. Bye-bye.